Hello, we're back for a second series. Now, it had 23 episodes. This season will have around the same, about 23, 24. So let's get on with it. We have The Archers, the most longest soap star ever to be on air. Well, is Archers a soap? I'm not sure, but the longest ever soap star, I'm thinking. And we have a big London party. Yes, but don't get too excited about that. And we have a jungle archaeologist who has been made into a Barbie. Okay, so let's get on, let's get cracking, and let's go and see the first, let's go and hear the first one. The first article today is The Guardian. The Guardian. Oh my gosh. I think mid-season I'm going to do an outtake thing. The Guardian. It's been a long time. The Guardian, and it says the Archers actor June Spencer, 103, so she's still working. Retires after more than 70 years working. So she's been producing her voice for the Archers for more than 70 years. So she would have been roughly in her 30s when she started on the Archers, and wouldn't have suspected that 70 years later she was still there. Anyway, the Archers actor June Spencer, 103, retires after more than 70 years on the soap. Peggy Woolley's character featured the very first episode of the BBC radio soap that aired in 1951. That's going back some. That was even before my parents were born. Well, one of my parents. She has played the role of the redoubtable matriarch Peggy Woolley in The Archers for more than 70 years. But at the age of 103, oh my gosh, it's amazing. June Spencer is finally retiring from the BBC's for soap. Well, of course she should do. She needs a little retirement bit. Spencer featured in the very first episode of the show in 1951. Her final performance was broadcast on Sunday the 31st of July. Oh, I didn't know that. Spencer said, in 1950 I helped to plant an acorn. It took root, and in January 1951 it was planted out and called The Archers. Over the last 70 years it has thrived and become a splendid great tree with many branches. But now this old branch, known as Peggy, has become weak and unsafe. So I decided it was high time that she burrowed out. So I have duly lopped her. So duly lopped her off the tree. She's got a fantastic take on things. In Monday's episode, Peggy's son Tony and Tony's wife Pat will reflect on Peggy's recent reminiscences and thoughts about the family life. We're both agreeing that she is an extraordinary woman. Now, when the Archers started, Peggy, now a great-grandmother, that's amazing, was a young woman with 2 little girls. She had featured in many important storylines, including her husband, Jack Woolley, succumbing to Alzheimer's. Oh. It was particularly personal for Spencer, as her own husband, Roger, has the condition until his death. The storyline began a year after he died. Jeremy Howell, the editor of The Archers, said, I think working with June Spencer has been one of the greatest privileges of my many decades in drama. Oh, that's lovely. Her Peggy is one of the greatest creations of broadcasting, utterly charming, utterly ruthless, and sharp as a knife, and witty in spades. To think that June has commanded the airwaves over the Archer's career of 70 years, it's beggars belief. I've rarely worked with such an inventive, focused and technically brilliant actor, or such a lovely person. Myself and the Archers team and cast wish June a well-deserved and long retirement, and that if she doesn't think the show is up to the mark, June will be letting us know. Bravo, the legend that is June Spencer. The Duchess of Cornwall, a long-standing listener to the radio soap, made a cameo appearance as herself in the 60th anniversary episode of the show. She hailed Peggy as the national treasure. That's all I'm going to say. She's one of the best characters that's going to be remembered but not forgotten. That's my thoughts anyway. Article 2. The Museum of London plans an epic leaving do party. A Museum of London plans an epic leaving do party. So here we go. An epic leaving party, potentially lasting all night, will be the final public event for the Museum of London before its building demolished ahead of its move to the new site, says its director. The doors will close for the last time on 4th of December of this year, 4th of December 2022. The museum have confirmed. We are really gearing up for that last weekend, said the museum director Sharon Ammett. And we really want everybody who hasn't been to the Museum of London to come and see the largest urban history collection in the world. It has been situated on this site since 1976 in an eccentric building in the London Wall, but announced in 2015 that it would be moving to a new home in the derelict Victorian market buildings in nearby Smithfield. Ammett said she was not feeling sentimental about leaving the site, which is squeezed between the Barbican housing estate and a roundabout, and has no entry at street level, requiring visitors to navigate its warrens of raised passageways even to gain entry. If I'm really truthful, I can't wait to move, she said. It's not fit for purpose as a museum anymore. It has served us well until now. It really is time to move on. First though, in a 5-month blowout to the museum, it will host a package of programmes of events, taking in many of its best known and most popular collections, from prehistoric relics to Roman mosaics and artefacts from the suffragette movement. A busy summer programme is targeted for families, with opportunities for children to build a giant Roman mosaic from Lego. Oh, I must do that. A Minecraft Roman temple, or a picnic like a Roman soldier. The programme will culminate with two weekends long festival before the shutters finally come down in December. I don't know exactly what's going to come up, and I'm really, really excited about them, said Ammett. I've heard that there are some of our curators want to go big. One other artefact on discussion is the blip balloon of Donald Trump, which the museum acquired after it first flown by protesters during the US president's visiting in London in 2018. City of London Corporation having ditched plans to develop a 288 million concert hall on the site, is consulting on an alternative scheme. I bet they are. For a new business destination in London's economic centre. Barbican residents are dismayed about however, and a new campaign is trying to overturn the monstrous, unsuitable proposals. One undoubted loss for the museum when it moves will be its current proximity to the stretch of existing Roman wall, which visitors overlook even as they examine the excavated Roman artefacts. But Roman London is all under our feet all over the place, says Emmett. And yes, we'll be saying goodbye to one part of London's history and hello to another. Smithfields is a place where martyrs were burned, William Wallace was hanged, drawn and quartered, and the big livestock markets were there. St Bart's was the first public hospital in the country. It feels like history is all around us. So basically, they're having a huge, big festival of events right up until December, and then a big, massive festival night before they move. And they're moving to Smithfields Market. And that's my take on the thing. Am I sad that they're leaving? No, because it's a nightmare to get to, and it will probably be a lot easier on, a lot more accessible on the walkways. So yeah, I hope that they are sympathetic and they recreate the new museum as the old museum was, but they'll probably do something totally different with it. So we end up with the trowel of today. Trowel of today, there we go. Trowel of today. It's from BBC London. So BBC London. A pioneering conservationist has been immortalised as a Barbie doll. Oh dear. Best known for a groundbreaking study on chimpanzees, Dr. Jane Goodall is the world's foremost expert on chimps. The collectible doll is made from recycled ocean-bound plastic and comes equipped with a tiny pair of binoculars, a tiny notebook, and her famous subject, chimpanzee David Greybeard, her chimpanzee. The Dr. Jane Goodall doll is part of a Barbie Inspiring Women series, which pays their tribute to incredible heroines of their time. Hey, I think it's good, but I don't know what they could do next. A Florence Nightingale Barbie? A suffragette Barbie? Women's Institute Barbie? That could be good. I'm just trying... Oh, a Mother Teresa Barbie. The list is endless. Really. Well, it improves the knowledge of young girls, young people to know about these things, to know about events and history and what women did in events and history. Now, if they have the Barbies, what about the Kens as well? Would they have a David Attenborough Ken? The list is endless. The list is totally endless. Anyway, thank you for listening to the As Lovely podcast. Please like, share and subscribe. And please go and look at my other stuff. Please go and look at Instagram, Twitter and Facebook, and have a look at the other stuff that's online. And yes, please listen to the podcast. It's on Acast at the moment, but we are trying to make it worldwide so that people can pick up on it. And yeah, have a lovely day.